cool. I didn't know you could do that. That is so cool. Okay, hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Plain Enchanted. I have not been on like updated on like any of my like the Discord or TikTok or YouTube in like a minute. I know you guys saw right now I'm double living. Hello Angel from TikTok. Welcome. Um I know you guys saw the video of my wires. Like I was kind of freaked out and then I went AWOL. There's a whole reason for that. So if you didn't see the previous short, I put it on TikTok and YouTube. I was freaking out because I went to Target and hello, I'm prepared, certain. Welcome. I went to Target and when I came back, it seemed like one of my wires was pulled from my house, and there's like another wire that seemed cut. Hi, welcome, unprepared certainty. And it freaked me out because I was like, wait, what is going on? Because I when I came in, I didn't have any internet, and I was extremely worried. So I filmed that video, see what you guys had to say. I was like, because I was gone for like 50 minutes. I wasn't even gone that long for my wires to be all broken from on the outside of the house. Um, so I ended up the thing is, you guys wait, what's the topic on today? I'm preparing. So I'm just giving an update. I don't know if you saw the previous. I put it on TikTok, put it on YouTube. I also have been I've been out of social media for I don't know, for like 5 or 6 days. There's a reason for that. I'm just kind of giving an update. I basically went home. My internet wasn't working. I went to Target. I came back and my wires outside of my house seemed to be ripped out. Okay? Like the wires on the wiring outside of my house, it freaked me out. I was like, did someone rip my wires or cut the wires inside of my house? Hi, I seem to have a lot of people on YouTube right now. Hello, welcome, Ali Sosi Birds, Christopher, Sadel. I have 17 people here. I was 22 now on YouTube. So I was honestly freaked out, you guys, because it seemed like someone went to the outside of my house and pulled the wires. And the weird thing is, so the reason I've been AWOL for like 6 days, welcome you guys. I have a lot of left 26 people on YouTube right now, and then I have 1% on TikTok. So or two. Is because as soon as I noticed I had no internet, I filmed that video for you guys so you guys can tell me. And you guys, honestly, you guys freaked me out. I had so many people on my YouTube. Welcome, you guys. I had so many people on my YouTube telling me like, "Oh my god, it looks like someone cut your internet wires." Like seriously. Hola night and hi to all the YouTube people. Um, so and the thing is I had to go. So I've been AWOL because I had a trip. I had to go to I was going to Puerto Rico. So I come home, my wires have been cut. I was only gone for 15 minutes. And then I'm like, and my boyfriend comes to pick me up and he's like, we have to go, we have to go. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. I filmed the video and then a lot of people were on in the comments were telling me it looks like someone's targeting you. They cut down your wires, you have no internet, that's so weird, blah blah blah. And I kept trying to call my internet carrier, you guys, from Puerto Rico, trying to call them to see if they can come and fix my wires. And some people were telling me to do like a police report. Um, and I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was literally on an island. I wasn't here. I wasn't in Florida. And the internet people were telling me, oh, we can't go fix your wires because you're not there. And then I didn't know if I should do a police report because I'm not even here. Like I don't really know what happened. So I set an appointment for today. I finally got back yesterday. I set an appointment for today and the guy was very very nice, and he was like, oh, I didn't tell him what happened. I just said, can so it looks like my wires, I came back from Target, my internet wasn't working and these wires broken. What do you think happened? Very neutral. And he told me he thinks maybe a tall car like a truck or something maybe broke through the wires. But he did say it was very, very odd because only my wires were broken. So all the wires above, only mine were broken, nobody else's were broken. So that's the only thing that freaked him out a little bit. So I didn't do a police report. So I was like, he's like, it could have just been that. And I'm like, ah. I had someone on YouTube say it's probably nothing. So I'm hoping it's nothing. What do you guys think? I have a bunch of comments on YouTube because I have 19 people there. I have 2 people on TikTok on my double live. I'm gonna check the TikTok comments for a second, then on YouTube. Unprepared study says the government tries to suppress you. Oh God. And then on YouTube, let's see. Wow, people are just so I'm getting hello. I'm getting so many hellos and beautiful. You guys are so sweet. Nicholas says, do you agree that every big tech corporation has the ability to rule and involve into civil rights, economies, political freedoms, policies? Yeah, I mean, if they're controlling the mediums that we talk to, they can easily shut someone down. Which is kind of sad, you know. Rustin says hi. Okay. So, Pog Whisper's asking for advice on a girl. I wish you the best. I'm not sure. um, Morocco. Woo, did you see the vampire tooth? Yes. Shout out to Puerto Rico. Hebrew Flies. Thanks, you guys. Let's see. Thanks for the follow, Lando, on TikTok. Let me see on YouTube. Christopher says he's very, very bored right now. We have someone from Yemen. Where are you from? 6'7". I might be going to prison soon. I'm so sorry, Timmy, that you're going to prison. Hi. What do we do on this? Soy hola de Puerto Rico. We're from Puerto Rico. So yeah, I was just giving you guys an update, and that's why I was also kind of AWOL on both of my social medias. Because I was in Puerto Rico and then I was trying to figure out what to do. I wasn't on Discord. But I'm back now. We can keep talking about all the weird stuff. I'm gonna just chalk it up to maybe a truck broke down my wires and we're good. Kevin says, hi, I'm Kevin. How are you? I'm doing great. There's someone saying 6'7", something funny. I'm not sure. Let's talk about Mofongo. Mofongo's good. Good day. Hello, good day, Plomero. Welcome, you guys. I'm back today. I'm back. Everything is good. I'm happy. And I think it's fine. I was freaked out because there's a lot of comments on there. But there's one comment that was like, oh, it's probably nothing. So I'm just gonna take it as nothing. Probably just like maybe my wires were a bit lower and a car just kind of ran them over. Thanks for the sweet comments. Mr. Saddle, I have a boyfriend. Since are you a vampire? I don't know. Zombie Man says, what are you supposed to be? I am Paulina. That's what I am. What are you? I don't know who Simon. Oh, we have someone from Scotland. Cool. Okay, cool. Zombie Man said, I'm looking at both because I'm having 2 streams. It's funny on YouTube I have like more people, but it's nice. You get, you're here too. We have someone from Denmark. Cece from Denmark. Paulina, hello, Country Kirby. Welcome back again. Next it says, good evening. Right, how's 501? What's your favorite blood type? Just blood. Hello. Cool. By the way, here we go. But yeah, wire situation has been solved. I have my internet back. I think I am safe. If anything else weird happens, I'll keep you guys updated. I'm documenting everything. Everything's super recorded, so. So computer says, "How are you?" I'm doing great. I had someone come and fix all the wiring. I went to Puerto Rico. That's why I was AWOL, and I was trying to get them to fix the wiring from Puerto Rico. Oh, Julian says, "Hello from Florida. I'm in Florida too. How are you guys enjoying the winter in Florida? I think it's kind of awesome, isn't it?" Mechanics is you one of those. I don't know what that means. Mr. Mechanics. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Austin, Texas. Awesome. Plumero says, "I'm Scottish, Australian. Uh, Smack a boat." Nice tea. Thank you. Jesus loves you. Thanks. Greens from Russia. Wow. What is your favorite book? That's a good question, Andrew. Let's see. I don't know if I have a favorite, to be honest. I love so many of these books. They're so magical. I just bought another fairy one. I like the fairy ones. So thanks for the follow, Black Panther. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. What do you guys like to read? Do you like to? I just like to read like spiritual, spooky things. You can see I have some witchy things. I have some alien things, some fairy stuff. I have all the weird things that you could possibly think of. Let's see. Um, how do you not bite yourself? That's funny. Are you in love with Spike? That's a good one. Buffy the Vampire reference. Good job. 51. Let's see. Hello everyone. Well, yes, I'm from Florida. Florida's awesome. I mean, I live in Florida. Um, we have British, English. Wow, I have so many people. She's a vampire or clone. Ooh, do you guys believe in cloning? You know that theory? It's so funny how they're replacing the actors. They're all cloned. I mean, they can definitely clone humans. They clone cows and stuff, so why not clone humans? Or like those masks that look super realistic that the CIA has admitted to using. Isn't that creepy? Okay, let me see the comments real quickly. Zombie Man on TikTok says, "Just asking if you were a cat or a vampire. Nowadays, people get butthurt if you can't tell." Oh, no, I don't care. We're just having fun here. Like to eat. I'm glad you like to tease, Zombie Man. Um, let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Grilled cheese. That's funny. Yeah, Florida's awesome. Let's see. Ooh, this is a weird theory right here. Mr. Capitan says pig human hybrids are real. Pig human hybrids? I don't know about that. I mean, I guess anything is possible. They have done horrible experiments during the Nazis that they did do things like that, so I don't know. Plumero says if you're saying British, you're actually English. Oh, interesting. Beautiful teeth work. Thanks. I got a lot of 6'7". Ta-da. They make them in China. You're pretty, says Roger Warrior. Aw, thanks. I'm glad you guys. Okay, let me catch up on the comments on TikTok because I have some weird ones over here. I like the bizarre comments. If you guys have any weird, like, why not? That okay. Paradigm Shifter says, if the soul is real, are clones soulless? That's a good question. I think if clones are real, they're not soulless. They're just a soul that is inhabited in the same body as something that already exists. But I would say it's a new soul inhabiting that body. And with body and genes, I feel like there are memories in our genes that are passed down through your family, right? In families, people have innate abilities to be really, really good at maybe singing, or maybe this family is really, really good at playing piano or building things, right? I feel like memory is passed down through genes. So maybe that body has similar memories, but the soul inhabiting it would be a different soul. That if we're going down the clone theory, that's my personal opinion. I would say it's a different soul. That's the cool thing. This experience, we're just a little golden spark living this human experience. Isn't it cool? Isn't it cool that we just get to have fun living this awesome experience? Make the most of it, you guys. Okay, so I have a lot of comments on both live streams on YouTube and TikTok. Let me catch up on TikTok, then I'm going on YouTube. Um, Again, the weirder the comments are the ones that I'm gonna read when I have the most, when I have too much. Zombie says, I like your vibe. Aw, thanks. You guys are awesome too. You guys have awesome vibes and you guys love and like. Um, Zombie says, so would you love to live forever? Thank you, Paradigm, for the rose and the heart puff. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Paradigm. I don't know if I would want to live forever. I think I would like to stay preserved for for longer than the human life that is being lived at this current time. Humanity has lived longer lives in the past, but now, because of belief systems and programming, people are living shorter lives. You're taught that you live shorter, but really humans can live longer. I don't know how to explain it. Paradigm says memory and genes, good idea for video games. The Creed. Ooh, awesome. HS's diary has hereditary. That's funny. It runs your teens. What? That is kind of funny that you're saying that. Paradigm says 1,000 years seems plenty. Yeah, 1,000 is plenty. Then just reincarnate into something else. Okay, let me catch up on the comments on YouTube. So, let's see. It is cold and snowy tonight. Not in Florida. It's cool. It did snow last year in Florida, but it was like in Jacksonville. Roger says, you're pretty, thanks. 51 says, pig eye looks like human. It's freaky. I know, it is kind of freaky. I think if I'm not wrong, there's some ancient texts that say not to eat pig. So maybe they have, because they were like, I don't know if it's in the Bible or in the, but there are some texts that say don't eat pigs, and some people believe they were like the condemned humans or whatever. I don't know. It's kind of cool. Are you Teen Wolf? That's funny. Red check, yes. And I don't know what that means. I have the same eye color and shade. Cool. Where do souls come from? So my personal opinion with souls is that, so as a human, we experience beginning and end. That's the human condition. We see things being born and we see things dying all the time, right? But it's hard to conceptualize eternity. My personal belief is that our souls are eternity. They're eternal. They've always been here and they will always be there. But it's hard for us to understand that because we are in this human body. But this is just an experience that we're living, one of many. And we've just always, there's no end. It's just an eternity. But once we leave this body, we will understand and conceptualize it a little bit better. That's my opinion. So, Paradigm says 1,000 years seems simple. Thank you, Dark Chocolate, for the follow. Okay, let me catch up on the comments on YouTube. Rainbows. That's cool. Mr. CC. The real guac says, where do souls come from? Oh yeah, I just answered that. Pomero says, yes, we heard. My favorite, something about cows, dairy cows. So Anthony says, my nephew and sister want to try to communicate with ghosts of my brother. Any thoughts? I feel like you can. I would say finding methods where it's safe and you're spiritually safe. I for those who don't know, I give ghost tours. That's literally my job. It's one of my jobs. So we do communicate with the dead, and there's different ways of going about it. But there are so many other entities and things in in this spiritual realm. So you have to make sure it's your brother and not something else. So finding a way to do it in love and light and having that protection, you just have to make sure it's your brother. So Andrew says he believes you only live once. Let's see. Do you have PayPal, Stefan? Oh, that's really nice of you. If you want to contribute to this channel, it's in my description of the YouTube, like YouTube about. Not the video, it's the actual YouTube, and on TikTok description. Let's see. Rat Cheek says cats or dogs, both. I love all animals. I think they're awesome. Let me look on TikTok. I have a comment here. Dark Nibba says, tell me what you know about the void. I don't know much about the void. When people say void, I just think of like a dark realm of just darkness. Maybe if your soul is sad and it could get trapped in the void for a while until it realizes that it's powerful and then leave the void. I don't know. What do you think about the void, Dark Nubus? Can you tell us a little bit about it? I'm curious to hear your opinion on it. But it says, well, if you have 100 million, you can buy an extra 50 years of life in about 20 years from now. And I think anything is possible. Reggie says, no one want to live forever unless we're talking about heaven, because that's terrible seeing everyone around you die. It is kind of sad, can be a little lonely, but if you understand that your soul's eternal and nobody actually dies, it's just like a transition, then maybe it's not as sad and maybe you can communicate with the people on the other side. I don't know what that means. Anime King says, Nam be a phoenix bird in my next life. That's a cool one, a phoenix bird. Ooh, Isa says pig tastes like human. That's kind of creepy. Let me see on TikTok. Dark Nemo says exactly because you are not connected to it. It's not sad. It's my source, left hand path. Really? Well, tell me about it, Dark Nibus. I'm not connected to the void. I don't know much of it about it. Tell me. Zombian Man says, if you had a chance, would you become... I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Can you tell me? I'm going to catch up on the YouTube comments now. And I'll go back to TikTok. You ain't had... like pig from Mexico, like how they make it. In Puerto Rico, they like put like a they're like, which one do you want to eat, and then they just cook it right there, and they make pig very well too. Anthony Brunette says, have you seen strange objects from time and space? No, can you tell me about it? Good evening, Man and Van. Welcome back again. Bridget says, I'm a Christian, I believe in heaven. Oh, that's very nice. Yeah, I think there's like heavenly places. You're sweet. Yeah. Let's see. Inner Light says, thrive in light. I believe we live on as well. At least our energy does. Our peculiar consciousness paradigm has been hijacked. Ever read Holographic Universe of Robert Talbot? No, I haven't. Let me write that down. I like to read people's take on our reality. I think it's so interesting. I like philosophy a lot. So let me write that down. Robert Talbot. And what was the book called? Holographic Universe. I know some people believe that this is like a hologram. I believe this life is just a game, but we pick this life, so we can grow our soul, like our soul path. But some people think it's literally like a game. Let me catch on the comments on TikTok, then I'm gonna go back on YouTube. TikTok's the Carpenter says, can you team out together? That's funny, Carpenter. Bass says, hi there. Dark Nimbus says, oh, you are a mother. Interesting. I'm not a mother. I mean, I have 2 cats. I have 2 cats. Carpenter says, you're gorgeous as well. Thanks. Thank you so much. Eric wants to be a vampire. Rat says, I'm going to leave. Okay. Um, let's see, catching up on the comments. Bye. Nina says looking so pretty. Thanks. Something about cows. Pomero says. Um, so Mr. 51 says, do you think human race will survive before the sun destroys the earth? Mm, I think there are realities where we do survive, and I think there are realities where we don't survive. I'm looking at both cameras, by the way. That's why I'm panning both ways. I think there are so many different realities and parallel realities. It's like when you have two choices, right? One day you turn left and you meet the love of your life, but what if you turned right? In another reality, you turn right and you don't meet the love of your life, right? Maybe you still meet the love of your life, but 10 years down the line. So like what is that called? The Matrix theory, not the Matrix, the kind of how Marvel describes it, but there are so many realities happening simultaneously that yes, there is a reality where the sun explodes and humans cease to exist, but their consciousness just merges with the other realities that are going on. The reason I believe this is because I've done astral projection, and that's when you leave your body while you sleep. And I noticed there's so many parallel realms. Like there's so many versions of me and you, like living different life experiences. It's all part of your soul. That's why they say focus on like what you want exists in this world. If you can think about it, if you want to be a lawyer and you know what I mean, focus on what you want so you can tune into that reality, to that dimension. Um, okay, and then you can literally it already exists, so you just have to tune in the frequency. I know I sound kind of weird, but that's what I believe. Um, Connor says vampire. Luke Slover says, how can I breathe automatically and not manually? How can you breathe automatically, not manually? You just Oh, I mean, if you are living here and you can type, you do breathe automatically because as a baby, you were breathing automatically. You weren't thinking about it. Okay, let me see. Albert, you have to guess. Eric says, you ever see fairies? That's a good question. I love fairies. I think I think fae or elementals are out there. I have seen things that could have been fairies. When I was a little girl, I swore up and down I saw a tooth fairy. I have this memory of like looking under my pillow and my tooth was still there and I ran as a little girl, I ran to my parents' room and there were I was like, "Oh, tooth fairy didn't come," but and then I look out the window and I see like this fairy thing, and I run back and there's a coin. So I just have this memory of seeing the tooth fairy, which is so funny. Um, but I do remember as a child, like there's spiritual beings showing me all these like little fireworks and things, and we lived by the forest, and I would sit like outside, and I would hear not like on the we had like a balcony so I would hear like it was like flute music. It was like calling me as a little girl. It felt like the woods. It was this beautiful music. The woods wanted me to go in there, but obviously I couldn't. I was a little girl, but I would just hear this beautiful music coming from the woods. So I think fairies are real. I think they're protectors of nature. Um, Nesta says, hi. Real Human says, are you 120 years old? Tad bit older than 120. As a vampire, do you hate garlic bread? No. Oh my god. Welcome, Mr. Broogie. Ooh. Yeah, I went to Chuck at $5. I don't know what that means. Do you want to visit Pakistan? I've never been. It's probably a nice place to visit. Oh, thanks, Mark, for joining the fan club. I appreciate you. It's very, very sweet of you. Good evening. How are you? If you see me looking back and forth, it's because I have two live streams. I have one on TikTok and one on YouTube. Your name, please, Paulina. No, oh my. To believe, this is a good question from Raju. Thanks for the likes. Why is the likes today on YouTube so cool? Look at this. Isn't that the coolest? So, I mean on TikTok. Raju says, do you believe in God since you believe souls exist? I don't know. I had an experience with the Holy Spirit, so I believe I can pray to the Holy Spirit, and He'll protect me. So I believe in that. I don't know what I believe as like God. Like I don't know that I don't we're in this human body. It's so hard to know what to believe in, you know? I've had spiritual experiences. I know our souls are eternal, but I know the Holy Spirit helps me. I don't know what else. Like it's like I don't know. Maybe there is. So my answer is like I'm still questioning my reality, just like you are. um. So let's see. Let me catch up on the comments. I have a lot of people wanting me to visit Pakistan. Interesting. Himalaya says, um, has something magical about them. I've always felt drawn to visit. The fairies. Yeah, I've always felt drawn to fairies or the people who claim they've had fairy experiences or bizarre experiences. There's something about the fae. They're like tricksters too. Just like humans. They're a good and they're a bad fae. Talibra says, "Where is your blood?" Wahahaha. It's right here. Mm, it's good. Um, Elijah says, "Do you eat lentils to help with your vision?" That's funny. Do I eat lentils? I don't know when was the last time I ate lentils. It says that I'm so pretty. Oh, thanks. Thanks for the sub, Musariner. Uh, demotion. Do you mean dimension, Eric? If I've ever entered another dimension. I think we are constantly crossing realities. That's why you have to focus on what you want. So focus on the reality that you desire. If you want like anything is possible. Whatever you imagine that you want to be to exist there. Just tune into it and work towards it. TWC says I have he says he's ADHD and he has autism and he's 21. Oh, that's cool that you like Nirvana. T says it was scrolling fun too. I'm glad you found us. Welcome. Welcome Chris on TikTok. Tell us how have you been? That's a little secret. So let's see. Conrad says you have pretty ass things. Cool pants. Many books. Yeah, I love reading books. It's so much fun. TV show. Something about there's a vampire TV show. Vampire TV shows. I like True Blood. I like just all the Vampire Diaries. You know. Blanca says un saludito, Blanca. Country Curve says, is it hard to stream on both? Not that hard. I just have to look at both sides. And honestly, I prefer this because I was actively trying to create content for each stream and I was actually barely on TikTok because of it. So now I get to be more on TikTok at the same time, which I'm really happy. That Trailblazer says, "Where are you from?" I'm originally from PR and now I am in Florida. Let's see. Hello from Turkey. Andrew says perception is such an individual thing, especially if you are spiritual. That exactly. That's why I'm like, I can tell you guys my experiences. I've had a lot of bizarre experiences all my life, spiritual experiences. But we all might believe different things, and that's okay. That's the whole point of these communities where we can just talk about all the weird stuff in our reality, and we don't have to agree on everything, and that's cool too, you know? I like to listen to you guys and learn from you guys. That's what these communities are about. Thanks for the like, Vox Cristo. Let me catch up on YouTube. Let's see. Snake says, do solar flares give you headaches? No. I have heard that a lot of people do feel affected by the solar flares, but I have noticed when there are weird like maybe not headache, maybe I just like I have noticed that like the it maybe it affects me in a different way where it's like maybe I'm more moody. Because I'm like, why am I so moody? And then oh, there's a huge solar flare or something like that. Um, so, where did you buy fangs? Ooh, you have to guess. Mwahaha. Maybe they're part of me, or maybe I got them on Amazon. um, Vox says you're awesome sauce. Thanks. You're awesome sauce, Vox Cristo. You guys all are awesome sauce. Plumero says absolutely no way we we are surviving another 4 billion years. Well, so here's how I see it. Maybe in some reality the human race does, but our soul's eternal, so you're going to be alive somewhere. Doing something. Maybe you're an ant, maybe you're an alien, maybe you're just a soul being around. If you turn something about being lonely if you turn to a vampire. Snake says multiverse theory. Yes, I do believe in the multiverse theory. That's what it's called. Thank you, Snake Pleaskin. And that's because I've had astral projection experiences and I've met different versions of different people. So it's even my cat. There was like 2 versions of one of my cats. Like it's so bizarre. Like your soul is like divided and then you can focus into one, right? So focus into the reality that you want. Jake says, "Whoa!" Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the content. Anthony says, "Strange objects in time and space is a movie about out of place artifacts or technology from history that is not understood." I love that when they find like old photos that just don't make sense, or like there's hieroglyphics like around the world, and they're literally like these are like hundreds and hundreds of years old, these hieroglyphics, or thousands. I don't even know how to date them. I'm sorry, but they literally have like UFOs on them, like UFO, like they look like, oh, we were visited by aliens. Which I find that so fascinating. And also I actually personally believe there have been societies that were way more advanced than what we are now, and they're just hiding it from us. And I think there were giants. Okay, let me catch up. Ghost Bishop says, I feel like I was summoned here. Mwahaha. Welcome, Ghost Bishop. Thanks for the likes. Okay, let me see on YouTube. Something about liners. I don't know what that means. What's this channel about, Jay Shan? We just talk about everything in our reality, things we question about, spooky things, or just lore, or we just kind of, it's an open discussion, and we kind of just listen to each other and just talk about all the weird stuff. Why not? It's fun. Something about Plumar says, I'm a real time remote viewer. I can only travel 5 miles at max at my best. That's interesting. I have never remote viewed that I know of. I think I had one experience that maybe it was that, but I just felt like my consciousness went to a higher realm. But it wasn't my full astral body. So I don't know if that's what you experienced. But it was like an awesome realm. It was not on Earth. It was like a higher realm. Um, I was not on this plane realm. That's what I mean. And it was awesome. I telepathically communicated with some beings that were just all loving and giggly. But tell me about your remote viewing. The CIA does use like remote viewers and things like that, and I'm sure other governments use that too. Let me see on TikTok. Trailblazer says, I astral projected twice in one night. Keep hearing a ringing. Ooh, yeah. You sometimes do hear that ringing, which is interesting. It just like puts you. I haven't done it in years. I did it like 2020, 2021. But yes. Connor says 2026 FIFA World Cup. Cool. Nauticism. No, let me look into what that means actually. Let's see, Mr. Thick Skin. Gnosticism was a diverse collection of ancient religious philosophical movements. Ooh. See, I have not studied that. You can tell us about it if you want. Let's see. Thanks for like, Elegant Courier. Shasha says you're a beautiful princess. Aw, thanks. What is your channel? Says Mr. Bra. We just talk about all the weird stuff in our reality. We just question things because it's fun. Broly, thank you for liking the live. Green sea eyes. Oh yeah, thanks. Which country live Florida? The US. Florida. The US. Juanca, no tendremos mucho, pero nos encanta tu simpatía. Gracias. Mucho de Uruguay. Holy Spirit, Jesus. Yeah, thanks. I'm new here. Welcome. Yeah, that's the whole point of this, is that we just talk about all the weird stuff. Andrew says, I'm at the point everyone I knew and loved is dead, and all I have now are dead memories. Oh, that's so sad, Andrew. I'm so sorry you're experiencing that. Um, there, I mean, there are always ways for you to open and communicate and find, connections with people around you in your, in your town, try to find a personal connection, maybe join a group or something. Eric says Holy Spirit is Jesus our living God. I had an experience with the Holy Spirit. I prayed to him. Let me. This one's beautiful. Thank you. Who is Mike Hawk? Let me see. So Frederick is asking, do I know Mike Hawk? Who is Mike Hawk? I don't know who he is. It says entertainment. I don't know. Candle on bookshelf. Danger. Oh, it's not real. It's not a real candle. Look. It's not real. The other day I was like this. Like, I don't know, like it was like last week. And someone was so freaked out. It was so funny. Um, um, let's see. Hola, Pauli. Hola. Good. Eric says fairies live in another dimension, so people can travel through different dimensions, and you seem to be able to. Yes, so the fae or the fairies elementals, they're in like a realm that's so close to ours, and they just come in and out. There's the nature spirits, but again, they're duality, just like us. They're good and they're bad, and they're culturally very trickstery. Okay, we have Namaste. Where are you from? Florida. Attractive things. Ooh, this one's interesting. Just Start Somewhere says, ever seen Cloud Atlas? Do you mean Three Eye Atlas, or are you talking about something else? Because I am so intrigued. I was very intrigued on Three Eye Atlas. I haven't kept up on it. A lot of people claim that. Oh, Cloud Atlas is a movie. No, I have not seen Cloud Atlas. Andrew says, pity Einstein never completed his theory of relativity. Aw. Ever been to India? Has Arsha? No, I have not. Jesus loves you. That's nice. Thank you. Anthony says, have you ever imagined trying pancakes and fresh maple syrup at sugar? I haven't tried that. Well, I mean, I've tried pancakes and maple syrup, but I haven't tried that place. Past your bedtime, little girl. That's funny. What's the story behind the book behind you? Which book? We have a few ones. We have like I like this one here. This is Rhonda Byrne the Magic. She teaches you how to create your reality. Let's see. David says, from my view, you appear to have green eyes as well. I do. If so, you already unique and 50% more awesome. Only 2% of the entire world has green eyes. Green eyes considered rare. Thanks. Scott says, hi, Polly, looking beautiful as always. Thank you. Walter, thanks for the join my fan club on TikTok. You're awesome, Walter. Thank you so much. Walter, if you did not notice, I am, and Angelo, thanks for follow. I'm looking back and forth because I have 2 streams running. Oh, thanks for the roses, Walter. I really appreciate it. How are you today? So can you make I don't know what it means. King Koda says real magic is actually magic with a K. I think she just talks about the power of like gratitude, if I don't know if you guys notice, if you guys are grateful for the things in your life, you will get more of it. You will get more like beautiful things. Like if I'm when I am grateful to my friends and to the like any abundance that I get, it's like I get more of it. It's this universe, the language of this universe is gratitude. If you want more money, just be grateful for the money that you already have and treat it well. Treat it with respect. Don't just spend it like crazy. Treat it with respect. If you want a bigger house, or place, be grateful for the house that you have currently. I used to live in basically a hallway, you guys. It was basically a hallway. If you guys saw my tour before I moved out, I lived in this tiny little house that was divided into 3 apartments, and it was basically a hallway. But I was so grateful for it. I loved my hallway that I lived in, and then I was able to upgrade to this place. I found a place that was even cheaper and much bigger. It's a 2 bedroom, 1 bath, and it's a little house. And I'm so grateful for this house. I love it. I love it so much. And I want to treat it well. I want to keep it clean. I want to decorate it and just tell it how grateful I am for it. And I noticed that when you are grateful for things, you will get more of it. Feng Shui, it's kind of like that too, what the Chinese people believe. Like, I've been listening to them and how they treat money and all of that, and you literally get more of it. I don't know how to explain it. The language of this universe is gratitude. Don't focus on lack because you will get more lack. Focus on what you already have, and you will get more of that, and be grateful for it. Let me catch up on the comments on TikTok, then I'm going on YouTube. Um, Angelo says, "Wow, you're so beautiful." Thanks, Angelo. Thanks for Walter said, "I'm good, thanks. I'm glad you're doing good, Walter. Thanks for follow, JJ." Um, so let me catch up on the comments on YouTube. Let's see. I don't know. I must. I mean, I'm taking this as a compliment. People think I'm 12 years old. uh, Jacob says, Paulina, welcome, Jacob. Welcome back again, again. My girlfriend says, Nicholas, are those real? I don't know. You have to guess. Kylie says, I am grateful for when you find a hair straightener and conditioner, or is there an electrical storm happening? Oh, hey, you guys. Today's wash day. I'm going to wash my hair after this live, but I am grateful for my hair. I love it so much. And it does become more beautiful every day. Okay, so Jacob says, you did an excellent job painting the old door. Thank you. Yeah, I painted my old door, my old place, and I loved it. Though you did spill the paint after. I did, but I did clean it. I cleaned it. So let's see. M says, you spread love, but you look like a vampire. You can be a positive, happy vampire. Subspression Quad, welcome back. I'm a favorite vampire. Welcome. How are you? Let's see. P World says, "Past your bedtime, little girl." Anthony says, "Laugh out loud. At heart, it is to try and talk on here. I'm sending you luck and strength." Yes, luck and Lena. Thank you, luck and strength to all of you guys, and love and happiness. Colin says, "Hi." James says, "Any Harry Potter books?" I actually don't have one Harry Potter book, which is the irony. I do have a lot of I read all the Twilight books when I was a kid, but they were lent to me from a friend. Some friends that they had Twilight books, but I don't have any Harry Potter books. Oh my God, totally on you. I see Farmer's Almanac. Yeah, there's so much like that you can learn from the Farmer's Almanac. It's so sad though because 2026 is apparently going to be the last year the Farmer's Almanac is going to be produced. This is the 2021, so it's a fat one. So I have to get the 2026 because they're not going to be doing any more. 1 for a man, 2 for a horse. They have a lot of like, oh, if you have this problem, do this. It's very like spiritual too. It's and then of course they help you with farming. You can see here the August spread. It's really, really cool. So Are those canon? You have to guess. Colin says, bro, you look 16. Ooh, thanks. James says the farmers, it's because I'm a vampire. I stay young forever, forever. And I keep getting younger and younger every day. The farmer's almanac behind you looks like 2020. Yeah, this one's 2020. I have to get the 2026 one. It's going to be the last one. I'm so sad. Good morning. How are you? I'm doing great. I look stunning, gorgeous, beautiful. Thank you so much. Jam says, everyone I know knows how to use the book is dead. Seriously. She's over 500. Yes, I'm 501. 501. Colin says, you're so sweet and hot. Oh, thanks. Okay. So, what was I going to say? Ooh. Yeah, no, I really do like the farmer's almanac. I need a drink. I need to drink some blood. It's so good. Oh my god. Yeah, last comment. So let's see what else I have here. I have some creepy books too. The fairies. I just got a fairy book, but it's over there. This one's spooky. Oh, the Farmer's Almanac. Hello, Julian. Welcome, Julian Perez. So the Farmer's Almanac actually reminds me of, like, a lot of people use. So this tracks like the moon cycles, right? But if you want like a magical tracking, the Magical Almanac, again, I don't have the 2025 one, also tracks the moon cycles and gives you like different so, like, for example, this is magical. You can harness energy with music, right? It says music. This can be used in two ways, live or recorded. Live gives you more energy, recorded gives you more options. Typically, woodwinds are for air and east, brass for fire and south, strings for water and west, and percussion for earth and north. However, some instruments are unusual and clearly cross these lines. Both the seed drum and a rain stick are technically percussion, but because they make water sounds, they belong to the West. It's good for a coven to collect. No, but honestly, music is a form of energy. So if you are singing, you can sing your intention. You can have that intention of whatever you want to bring into your life and just harness that positive energy. I want to get into the native, like American flutes. I used to play the clarinet, so it'd be pretty easy for me to pick up. Let's see. So, reminds me of the generation that is gone now. Rachel says your eyes are so deep as sea and ocean. I was thinking to it. Oh, thanks. I really studied the book Kaizen. What is Kaizen about? Welcome, Ghost Bishop. Thanks for liking the live. Meet you nice, says Fuzzy Oyster. Nice to meet you too. Let's see. Book Kaizen. Focus on continuous improvement through small incremental changes involving everyone top. Yeah, you should. That is actually really nice. Like, I don't know exactly what the Kaizen is, but do one thing. So if you have a goal or anything that you want to improve, do work towards it. Do at least one thing every day. Obviously, if you can do way more, that's good. But if you're tired and you like, do one thing to get that goalpost moving every day towards whatever you want to achieve, and do it with like excitement and luck and love and all that. Let's see. You did you did urgent sweet hot. Huh? Jacob says the moon is mysterious. We didn't go there. What do you think of the moon? I I don't know. I still have thoughts. It's funny because ooh, hi. Welcome, user 375326. I'm gonna get to you in a second. I'm gonna answer this question on YouTube. What do you think of the moon? Says Jacob. So I'm gonna reference it with the sun. It's funny because I'm I'm a Leo. My sign is very towards the sun, And even though I actually have, like, I don't like the super hot sun. I don't like it. It's like, ah, I actually, I actually really enjoy the morning sun and the evening sun. It has like this healing vibration and energy. It's like I feed from it. There's some energy that the sun gives that I can literally take in and feed. Like it's this beautiful healing energy. And I think the moon, Jacob, and for the people watching, I think the moon is, there's some people who can really feed from that energy. I think it depends on you. It's giving energy too. It's a different type of energy, and I have not tuned into the moon energy as much as the sun, because the sun, when I do go out there, it has to be morning or evening sun. Like there's something that just feeds me. I don't know how to explain. So, but there are some people who are more tuned into the moon. So if you are, tell me what you feel when you go out into the moon. Maybe I should meditate and tune into the moon more. Okay. User 375326. What the hell? I'm so interested in your look. Ah, thanks. Axel send 51 says, join my fan club. Thank you so much, Axel. I appreciate you. Welcome to my live. Okay, let me catch up on YouTube. Okay. Rachel says, is Japanese book the story? I'm not sure what it's talking about. Which country are you from? I'm in Florida. I'm in the US. Anthony says, dang, I played the clarinet too. When the snakes are dead, we put diamonds in their head. Ooh, I don't know what that reference is to. Ranger says, gorgeous goddess, thanks. He's got a throne. Um, Um, JM says Saturn. I'm not gonna stand up. JM says Saturn V rocket built by the United States of America got us to the moon. Interesting. I'm kind of like conspiracy. I don't know. Engineer. Oh my god. Okay. When it comes to like I don't know. I like question things when it comes to like space a little bit. I know. Yeah, I feel like all the information that has been provided to us has been altered a lot when it comes to space. It's Blitz Craig says, crazy saying how much you charge up from the sun considering you're a vampire. Oh, Steve, thank you for the finger heart. I really appreciate it. That's very sweet of you, Steve. Thank you so much. Um Vampire equals cloud. It's funny because I actually don't like, so you know how people are like at 2 p.m. in the sun and it's boiling. I hate that. I don't like, I'm not like a sunbather or anything like that. It's just that the specific timing, just morning sun and evening sun, there's something healing from that sun. But like in the day where it's just like frying you, no. But I'm not experiencing it that much because it's wintertime. But like, oh no. Um uh Axel 515 says they keep a lot from us. Yes, they do. They do, and they alter a lot of information when it comes to space and all. I don't believe everything that we're told. I think a lot of it has been heavily altered or just made up. Um so Jacob says the moon makes me feel at home. So maybe your soul's very connected to the moon energy. It's different because everybody's connected differently. Some people are very drawn. Maybe you're feeling that you feed off of that energy. It feeds you, you know. Okay. So Ranger says Saturn rocket was German technology. Interesting. I have seen some mean comments. The YouTube will hide the comments and sometimes I can see them. I'm not gonna unhide them if they're mean. Like I'm not doing that. It's Blitz Craig says just the sun and dawn and dusk. I totally feel you. Yeah, you get me. It's Blitz gets me. Okay, let's see what Axel on TikTok says. If I don't see the sun for a few days, I get very uneasy. Yeah, we actually do as like humans. We do need like the vitamin D. It's important for us. It's important for the circadian rhythm and all of that. You have to get some sun. But don't fry yourself. But yes, it is very, very healing. There's a lot of scare tactics to keep you away from it, but you need it. So let's see. Leia says hi. Do you want to? Okay, Brian. Okay. Oh, this is the blood. See? Mm. Jacob says the chat is extra degenerate tonight. Holy moly. Yeah, it happens. I'm just trying to like ignore it. Alejandro says pretty. Thank you. That's sweet. And yeah, there's some that's not even like, it's like hiding it because it's kind of like really nasty. And then I unclick it to look at it. I'm like, oh God. Ranger says, so you enjoy the lunar pool and tides. I think not specifically me. I think, who was it that enjoyed? I think it's Blitz Craig that asked the question about the moon. Some people are very drawn to that. God, I don't know what that means. Brandon says cross, cross, cross. Okay, let me catch up on the comments on TikTok. Axel says type O. Siwu says Black Heart Rose. Oh, TikTok is making me verify if I am here. 1 second. They've been doing that recently in my lives. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because I look away and they're tracking, which is creepy. Because they used to not do that when I would only live. Steven says, I like your teeth and I wanted to fix mine also. Stinky Dog says, are vampires able? Oh, God, I'm not going to answer that. JM says, you are a type of person. No. Bran, I don't do that. I respect everybody. We can have different opinions. You just respect people. And I also do agree with a lot of scientists. Brandon says, WTF. Jacob says, they tell us the sun and moon are at perfect distances to make them appear the same size. They are the same size at the same distance. Beautifully designed. Oh, I love that. Oh my God. Tell them you're from Earth. Okay. That's horrible. Savannah says, but they don't appear the same size. Yeah, the sun and moon don't appear the same size. That's interesting. Oh, I didn't realize to turn that off. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Edwin, please be nice to other people. We're here. The whole point of this community is so we can share different ideas and things, and you know, people are gonna express themselves and what they believe in, and please be respectful of other users on this live. Ranger says TikTok. Yeah, I'm going back and forth on YouTube and TikTok. Snail follow. Thanks for follow. Edwin's talking about GTA 6, Grand Theft Auto. I used to play Grand Theft Auto as a kid. What is this? I don't know what that means. Anthony says the movie in theaters, Bugonia. It actually looks pretty cool. Let me look that up. Bugonia. Let's see. What is Bugonia about? Two conspiracy-obsessed men kidnapped the CEO of major company. Oh my God. Convinced that she's an alien. Oh no. You shouldn't be kidnapping anybody, guys. Be nice to each other. But it's a comedy. Yeah, it's probably funny. Push-up challenge follow. Thanks for the follow, you guys. You look familiar. Maybe I am familiar. Haha, I'm kidding. So 2II. Hello. Guy Fox says she's like a 12 out of 10. Oh, thanks. Boss says you need an effing model. Thank you. That's sweet. And it says you must invade Rockstar Games and get our answer. Rockstar Games. I don't know what that means. Rockstar Games. I have no idea what that means. Okay, so let's see. I know, I'm happy. Aren't you guys happy? Isn't it nice to be able to just like all hang out and chill? And we can just talk about weird stuff. And that's the whole point of this community. We just talk about all the weird stuff. And we just all hang out, you know? Dun 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 dun. Dang Mag says, hi. Hi. Nicholas says, love you, honey. Thanks. Ranger says, you're definitely a positive person. Yeah, I try to. I see there's like, it's funny because you know what I notice? Um, most people in this world are good people. Most people are kind and loving, and they're good people. But there's when people are down and they don't feel good about themselves, they try to put others down, especially if they can do it hiding. So like I'll see some comments here that are like purposely mean for no reason. Like I've never like so I've never personally gone to like someone's comment section and try to put them down. The reason people do that is because they're working through something themselves. They're kind of insecure and they take it out on random people online because they can hide behind the keyboard. So I don't take it personally. I know it's not a me problem, it's a them problem, and they have to work on themselves and do better because it only just helps my channel too, honestly. It's more engagement. Push up says, it's chill. I like happy people. Have you ever drank blood? Mwahahaha. I'm drinking blood right now. Hmm. Okay. Let's see. Is this like a cult? No, we're just hanging out. Honestly, we're all just hanging out. Deep Chakra says most people are kind. Yeah, I think most people are kind. I know he put like 2 question marks. Oh, hello, Jacob. Um, Push Up Channel says some people try to be funny. Yeah. Jacob Jin says hello, beautiful. Thank you. So I honestly think most people are good-hearted. I think in the human experience, people have their ups and downs, but some people don't know how to emotionally regulate, so they put others down when they feel bad about themselves in their life. So like and I was bullied in school. So it doesn't affect me as like now because I'm just like whatever. I know it has nothing to do with me. Um but a lot of people try to put people down on the internet because they can hide behind a keyboard. And it's just like a way for them to try to they're like, "Oh, they feel bad so they're going to make other people feel bad, you know?" Um Leon says, yeah, F them. uh, Ranger says, insecure bullies are the worst. Yeah, that's why it doesn't affect me. But I think, and again, even those people, like, they're not inherently evil. Like the human experience, there's a lot of duality. Even those people will eventually try to heal. And especially if they're like young, a lot of them will grow out of that too. There's so much duality, but innately, I think most people are good. I think even good people make mistakes. That's the best way. Nobody's perfect. We've all made mistakes. Let's see the comments on TikTok. Then I'm gonna catch up on YouTube. TikTok says John Meccan says, "Turn me, please." Sister Santa, praise be the sovereign flesh. Oh my God, I don't even know what that means. How's my favorite vampire? I'm doing good, Jacob. I had a weird experience a few days ago, but I'm doing good. Let's see what that means. Oh, I'm so curious. Sovereign flesh meaning the flesh, physical body. Oh my God, the sinful. Oh, I can't believe I said that. I'm more like just love and light. So Punk Spider-Man says Yaoi and Yuri. Yaoi and Yuri. Let's see. They're anime characters. Ooh, I've never looked into that. It looks like it's kind of like, like spunky anime characters. Jacob says, "Do you ever imagine yourself in another timeline?" I do. I think we constantly are. When we daydream and we think of things that we want, sometimes you daydream and you daydream of bad things that can happen, and you sometimes daydream of good things that can happen. Those are different timelines. They're happening somewhere. So I think when you daydream, you're tuning into a different version, another parallel reality. But you can create that reality for yourself. I mean, if you're dreaming about it, if you're daydreaming about it, it exists. So try to tune into that reality. Hold that vibration. Know that it's possible. Work towards it, and you'll get there. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. When you daydream, you are dreaming of another timeline. Arcana says, "Wow." We get what's up. Let's see. Picasso says, oh my god, a vampire rabbit. I keep getting that. A lot of people are like, you look like a cute rabbit. I'll take it. I love rabbits. They're awesome. Uh, John says, I think it's good. Yeah, it makes them feel good. Because it, you know, because they're working through some stuff, but that's not the way you do it, right? Let's see. Something about adopting a baby. Yeah, adoption is nice, if you want to do that. Someone says vampire. Hello, new here. How are the vibes? Love and light here. Are you a book talk girl? No, I have a lot of books and we do talk about the books, but we here we just talk about all the weird stuff, spiritual things, conspiracies, whatever you want. How are you guys? Keltu says, "Hey, I'm Native American. That's cool. Do you have any Native American lore? I love listening to Native American stories and lore." Um, Picasso's adorable. I love rabbits too. Yeah, rabbits are awesome. I used to have a pet rabbit. Because it says they are healthy meat, white meat. Yeah, I guess you can eat. Yeah, I would not the pet though, but yeah. I can't talk. I am a meat eater, so yeah, in the blood. mm. Let me see something. Kel2 says, yeah. Jacob says, do you ever imagine living in ancient times, what would life would be like? Yeah, I do all the time. It's funny because I a long time ago I went to and you know what, I should honestly meditate and tune into these aspects of my soul myself. But a long time ago I went to like a spiritualist, like a tarot card reader, and she was like, in your past life you were like a gypsy and you read people, you did tarot readings in your past life, and I thought that was so cool. So I would imagine myself being like a gypsy for the longest time. um so so Swear says, how old are you? I'm 501. Push-up says, have you ever practiced magic? Yes, we are magical creatures. You're magical creatures to your spirit, your being. You can create your reality. I've created my reality so many times. This reality is so malleable, and the currency in this reality. I have read a lot of books on this stuff and I have practiced different things. The ultimate currency, the secret, is gratitude and love. If you're grateful for what you have, then you will get more. If you're envious of other people, then you will get the opposite of that. If you show if you are if you show love, and like if someone has something that you want, be happy for them because you will get that. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it, but it's all energy. This reality is energy. You wish people the best and you will get the best for you. Whatever you put out, you get back. That does. I know the Wiccans believe in the three, right? But whatever you do put out, you get back. Picasso says you're the friendliest vampire I've ever seen. Ah, thanks. Thanks for the follow. Grandor says absolutely yes. Okay, let me catch up on YouTube real quickly. So, what about you guys? Do you guys ever daydream of living in another timeline or another reality? What are your daydreams like? Daydreaming is fun. It tunes into your creative mind. Sometimes it's good to put down the phones from scrolling and daydream, tune into that creative aspect of you because it does help you manifest. The scrolling is a form of energy harvesting. Especially if you're on it for hours, it is a form of energy harvesting. So don't let the social media harvest your energy. Use your own energy to create your reality, guys. Moses. Okay. Let me catch up on the comments on TikTok, then on YouTube. Let's see. Steve says, what? Moses says, where did you get your information? I do read a lot of books, but I practice what the books say. I have done, I've done so many things, but I've astral projected, and I do ghost tours, and I joined the Wiccan Coven a long time ago, twice, and I've done so much spiritual work, and I'm still learning. That's another reason why I'm doing this. I'm just giving you the caveat. I'm still learning too. This is my personal beliefs, and we don't have to agree, and that's okay. But I am learning a lot about our reality, and that's the whole point of this journey. I take you guys with me. We can learn together, and you guys can teach me too. Most as I would want to read myself. I think the magic, so it's not this, okay, it's not this book. One of Rhonda Byrne's books, I think it's called it's not this one. It's not, I think it's called The Power. Yeah, The Power, that one. The Power, that one is so good. Like when you guys read that and you practice what she tells you, specifically The Power, you will create your reality. You'll literally make things appear. So if you want to do that, read The Power. Thanks for the follow, you guys. Let me catch up on the comments on YouTube. Marjorie says, did you hear about the true story of Conjuring? Yes, I've heard of the Conjuring. I give ghost tours, so I know there's a lot of duality in this world. There are dark entities and there are a lot of light entities, right? And it's, we have duality in ourselves too. But your soul is innately light and love. A sweaty or guy in Orlando. It's a funny one. Put a dinosaur. So too says I can teach you some words. What words? Robert Linda says you sort of looked like Chelsea Clinton when she was young. Oh, let's look that up. I'm curious. Chelsea Clinton young. Oh, that's cool. She has really pretty, big, what is that called? Curly hair. Daniel says, hello, how are you? I'm doing great. How about you guys? I'm doing awesome. I'm looking back and forth on the lives. And it says, not gonna lie, I predicted the future last night. I pictured me doing something at 11:30. I did the same thing. I'm glad you did that. Linky Alice says, hi there. Welcome, Linky Alice. Welcome back again. Welcome back again. Mona says, I am a skinwalker hunter, not lying. I do rituals and stuff. Ooh, tell us about it. Are you a Native American? Because I feel like I've heard a lot that Native Americans specifically, a lot of tribes have literally work with skinwalkers. Like they try to keep them in their area so they don't leave. Can you tell me about that? I'm curious. Humility. Yes. Linky, this is true. Moog says, do you know anything about Orion? No. It sounds familiar to me. What is Orion? Orion first primarily easily recognizable constellation known the Hunter. You know what's funny? When you said Orion, I was thinking of Men in Black because I think the cat had the little Orion thing, or they were from planet Orion. Maudie says, "Do you believe in God?" I think I do. I don't know if it's how you guys believe in it. Did you ever read the 48 Laws? The 48 Laws. 48 Laws of Power? Yes, I actually had the Audible book. I don't agree with him in a lot of aspects because he does talk about manipulating people and stuff, and I don't agree in that. I think you can be successful in life without stepping on others. Um, let's see. We can all go up together. We all help each other together, I don't know how to explain it. Jacob says, I'm talking about prehistory, 1,000 of years ago. Imagine life in an untouched Europe of pure wilderness, the beauty and raw true life. Oh, that is kind of cool. Also kind of a hard life. It depends who's in your tribe. If you're just alone, if you're with other people, you guys hunt together, if you have a spouse. It depends on my circumstances. I think God says, have you ever watched The Skinwalker? Just The Skinwalker. I don't. I think you're talking about the Skinwalker Ranch. Yes, many years ago. Um, many years ago. I had to catch up on it, but it was pretty creepy. I actually believe them. There are things out there. Again, there are things that hunt humans too. There's a food chain, and there are all kinds of things in the food chain. But again, tune into the love and light, right? But I mean, yeah, if we're gonna talk about spooky stuff, the skinwalkers are real. I'm sorry, but they're real. There are things that hunt humans too. But we eat cows. It's just the food chain. But also they're attracted to low negative energy. So make sure it's like a spiritual type being too. Make sure to protect yourself spiritually. Just love and light. Daniel Woodcook, sorry, it's funny. Says true, yeah. Maddie says, when I was a kid, I experienced hunting and door slamming. Your place probably had a spirit in it. You can always banish it. There are all kinds of entities. Not necessarily bad. If it's like slamming doors, it's trying to scare you. Maybe it's trying to feed off of like that fear energy. They're lower entities. But cleansing your home spiritually, you can do that. Again, for those who don't know, I do ghost tours, so I've seen all of it. Not all of it. There's always more for me to learn. I know, but I've seen a lot. Dave says, read your Bible. Sis, spiritual world is real. Yeah, it is real. And again, I try to learn from everything. I actually have a Bible here too. I'm interested. You don't understand. I'm interested. I have everything. I have a Bible, but I also have a Wiccan book. I like learning. That's the whole point of these streams, is so we can all learn and grow together, right? Linky says, I shared on Discord. Oh, just the Skinwalker video. I think I saw part of it. I didn't get to see all of it. Actually, if you saw my update today, wait, no, is that the one? Give me a second. Is that No, I did see that one. That was the one with the interview with the Native American man. I did see that one. That one was cool. Sorry, I got confused. I thought you were talking about the Navajo one. I mean, the Skinwalker Ranch. Happy Little Planet says, have you ever read A Modest Proposal of Jonathan Swift? No, let me catch up. Welcome, Atticus, on TikTok. Let's see. Modest Proposal. Jonathan Swift proposes poor Irish should sell their children as food. Oh my God, that's horrible. Atticus says hi, welcome. If you see me looking back and forth, it's because I'm doing 2 streams at once. I have YouTube and I have TikTok. Dave says stay away from all magic manifesting stuff. That's where I disagree with you, Dave. Let's see. No offense. It's okay. No, we're all allowed to share our personal beliefs. That's okay. And I had an experience with the Holy Spirit, so I do pray to the Holy Spirit. I know he's real. Derek says, would you say you're religious or spiritual? Spiritual. Because I don't really follow a religion. No way your eyes are real. Yeah, these are my eyes. I'm gonna swap them. So my eyes are green, but I can make them do that. Let's see. Ricardo says, "Are you a vampire?" Mwahahaha. I don't know. I don't know, you guys. Happy Little Plant says, "I try to talk to skinwalkers, but they never talk to me back. It's kind of sad." I'm happy they didn't. Gingers are still human. They just have smaller souls. No, they have souls. I know the gingers don't have souls thing. It's kind of funny. Navajo tribe linguist skinwalker. Yeah, that's the one with the interview with the Navajo. Yeah, I did see that one, Linking Atlas. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the Skinwalker Ranch video. You're majestic. They don't talk about skinwalkers. Then I don't think I've seen that one. No, okay, Linking Alice. I haven't seen it. I have to go back to my Discord. I have. If you saw the beginning of this stream, I was explaining how I was in Puerto Rico. I have to actually catch up with everything. Blue Neptune says tonight's moon is pulling on the sense of werewolves, of powerful werewolves. Ooh, are there any werewolves here? Mwahahaha. Isaac says, "You're majestic, thanks." Greg says, John 3:16, "For God so loved the world he gave His only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him will not perish and have eternal life, salvation." Interesting. James says, "Who's attracted to spiritual energy?" Aren't we all attracted to the unknown? Like, isn't a mystery more fun, right? Isn't it fun to kind of discover what's on the other side of things, you know? It says love from India. Oh, that's nice. Happy birthday. Hello, love. Hope you're having a good day. I am. Just chilling. Could you go to bed? Maybe, not yet. Yes, I'll share the information regarding the skinwalker, which is linked with the Navajo tribe and also little people that are linked to Appalachian tribe. The little people freak me out. So, okay, I'm not talking about, so for those who don't know, the Fae or fairies, some people will call them the little people. I'm not talking about the fairy little people, okay? In Britain and Ireland, oh my god, the TikTok stream, a lot of people who do believe in fairies will refer them to little people as respect. I'm not talking about that. Linking Alice is mentioning Apache tribe, which makes me think it's like the gray aliens. Ooh, those are spooky. Jeff says, "Hi Bear." Oh, thank you, Jeff, for the hi Bear on TikTok. I appreciate you, Jeff. Mark Henry says, "Can you please shout out you?" Okay, good. Or okay, Mark Hendis. You look super gorgeous. Thank you. It's funny because I wasn't like feeling my best today, and then I got so many compliments today. That's really nice. Oh my God, no. Something about poop. Okay, Mark Hendis. Level says, "Do you like cats?" I do love cats. Cats are spiritually in this world and the next. If you have cats, it's funny because I've had so many spiritual experiences, and cats do protect you in the spiritual realm. If you have cats, they are constantly cleansing your house and keeping borders in your home. It's so Cats are family. First off, they are my family. I have two cats. Thank you, Angel Way, for the roses. I have two cats, and they are family, and I love them so much, but they do protect the borders of my home. Thank you so much, Angel Way, for the Join My Fan Club and the roses. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. Let me catch up on the comments on TikTok real quickly. Thank you, Angel Way. Warrior Entrepreneur is beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate it, Angel. Okay. Yeah, so it's funny because I can tell I have two cats. One of them is an orange cat, and he's very like his soul is very like a baby. He's a young soul. He just wants to be my baby, the little orange cat. And then the calico cat, the girl cat, she is an older soul. She's very wise. So she's not on me all the time. She doesn't love and stuff, but I could tell that she's always spiritually protecting my home constantly. If you watch your pets, cats are doing this constantly, which is awesome. So let's see. Da, da, da. Miguel says, you come back after a few days. Yes, I did. You come back. I know it's been a few days. I literally had that incident where my internet, the wires were like broken, and then I literally took a flight that same day. I went to Puerto Rico. It was a whole thing, and I was trying to get my internet up, but I'm back. I'm back. Ben says hi. Leanna says the Apache tribe fought with Navajo tribe that brought out both the Skinwalker and the little people. Oh, that's spooky. Mr. Torrance says cats are pretty tight. They are awesome. I love them. Leanna says I think you recently seen bobcats. I have several cats at home, and cats come and go. Yeah. Also, I think they were saying they're like in Boston. There's a bunch of wildcats now. I don't know if that's true. I saw that on TikTok somewhere. Mm. Um. Oh my god. Um. Oh shit! I caught that. I dropped it, but I caught it. Let's see. Mr. Boy has a question. As long as it's appropriate, go ahead. Mr. Tony says someone is awesome. Yes, someone is awesome. Mr. Film says favorite book on that shelf. I don't have a favorite, to be honest, you guys. I have so many books on here. I don't have a favorite whatsoever. Let's see. Let me catch up on TikTok. So Angel Way Out Shop says, I have two brother and sister black cats that are so perfect. Oh, I love that for you, Angel Way. That's so nice. I love that for you. I have so many. I feel like I can just learn from so many books, and I'm constantly getting more books. So I currently don't have a favorite. Maybe some of the fairy books. I love the fairy books up here. The gal says, if you talk to those beings, they show up near your place. They cut your wires, laugh aloud. Honestly, maybe an accident or someone jealous of you. It, about those beings, really? Is that a thing? Wait a minute. Is that an actual thing? Linky Alice, can you clarify that, please? What beings? What beings that you talk about? Can you, because literally my wires, and the internet guy was kind of confused. He came today. And he was like, I think it was like a tall truck or something that ran through your wires and broke them. That was his guess, but it didn't break any of the other ones. And I was like, it kind of makes sense. I can see that my wires were a little lower. So I just took that explanation. Um Angel Way Out Shop says, what's your take on inner monologue? I think it depends. Because it depends if it's like torturing you. So your brain is so you're the soul that watches your thoughts, okay? You're the soul that watches your thoughts. So I honestly think that if you are watching your own thoughts, you are not your thoughts, okay? So you're just the watcher. The brain is just part of the body, and it's conditioned because of all your experiences. If it's just you watching your thoughts and you don't agree with those thoughts, then you just realize that it's not you. It's just the conditioning. But you can change the conditioning with affirmations. You tell your affirmations, you repeat them, and you're reprogramming your brain, right? But inner monologue, where you're just talking to yourself, that's fine. I think it helps the creative brain, but also identify that if you're not agreeing with your thoughts, it's just not you. It really isn't. It's just, you're just the soul, you're the watcher. Let's see. Mr. Boy says kind of weird one though. As long as it's respectful. Aura says you're nice fans. Thanks. Yes, are you into modeling? That's really nice. I don't know if I've ever. I don't know. Steven says hello. I love your spooky stories you're doing on your channel. I'm glad you like them. Thank you. K-pop Perfect World says, can you read my thoughts? I'm not reading your thoughts right now, K-pop. Ricky Bansal says, if I had to explain beauty, I'd compare it to Aphrodite. That's the level of grace you have. That's so sweet. I love Aphrodite. That's really sweet. Linkiana says, honestly, when I was watching that Skinwalker video, I can hear a lot of weirdo laughing voices around my area. Yes, Skinwalker and other paranormal beings, it said if you talk about them, they'll show up in your life. Oh, yeah, that's manifesting. But I purposely, like, my intention, when I talk about things, I still set, like, very good spiritual boundaries. Like, a lot of love and light and golden aura. Like, my boundaries are so and so protected. I'm good. And even when I talk about them, I still keep a very high vibe. It's because people get scared, and some of those entities are lower realm entities, so they try to feed off of that fear. Steven says, I'm trying to start my own channel when I focus on hypnosis. I have been licensed and trained for about 10 years. How have you heard of that? Where I focus on, how have I heard of hypnosis? I've honestly just personal research. I used to hypnotize myself. There's a lot of hypnosis videos on YouTube. I'm looking at both because we have someone on TikTok too. But and I would just listen to the videos, make sure that I was okay with the hypnosis, and I would literally hypnotize and reprogram my brain before as I'm falling asleep. Like that your brain is very susceptible as you're falling asleep, and in that sleep state you can reprogram it and you can change the way you think, which is awesome. I love that. I think the reason I really delved deep was because I was having like those thoughts patterns that were not healthy, and so I worked on improving my state of mind, and it's so helpful. I love my brain. It's all like butterflies, yeah, love and light, you know. uh Junkie Dog says OMFG or effing hot. Thanks, that's so sweet. Nella says hello from Israel. Wow, you look like, thank you, it's very, very sweet. K-pop says, because my thoughts are that you look like Camila from Girl Set. She's really pretty like you. Thank you. I don't know who Camila from Girl Set is. Let's see. Camila from Girl Set. Ooh, she is very pretty. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. Oh, she's like a BTS person? Okay. Let's see. Mr. Michael says, hey, what's the topic tonight? Well, I started just updating about my life, and we've talked about everything. We've talked about all kinds of things tonight. Something about Santa Muerte. I have heard of Santa Muerte. She's just a spiritual being some people pray to. Mr. Michael says, before we go to sleep, we're in the state, and when we wake up first thing in the morning for 20 minutes, we're also in the state of where we record but don't play back. Yeah, it's so like, if you want to reprogram your thought patterns, Mr. Michael is so right. Before going to sleep, don't be like scrolling. Honestly, just maybe do affirmations, maybe put like a hypnosis, something positive in the background. So, because that's reprogramming your mind. And when you wake up, don't go to the news, don't go to social media. If you're going to go on your phone, put something positive like, today's going to be an amazing day. I am lucky. I know it's cheesy, but it works. Cause it's hot. Thanks. Blubberfish says, I'm from Australia. Welcome. Hello from Iceland. Wow, that's far. Welcome. We have someone from Iceland here. Steven says, well, that's good. I'm so glad. I'm glad it helped you out. If you're curious, I have a test. You can see how suggestions or hypnotizable you are. Yeah, it's so interesting. I think from what I understand is that if you are, the more open you are to it, the more your brain kind of allows the programming. But you have to be open. If you're fighting it, it's not gonna. I was open to it because I was okay. I knew those hypnosis that I was listening to were good. I have like a few, like, I think the one that I really like on YouTube is Michael Seeley. I haven't done it in a long time, but when I did it when I needed it to. It is very helpful to hypnotize yourself. I know it sounds crazy, but it is very helpful to hypnotize yourself. So Steven, go ahead and make the channel. Why not? That's cool. Prismatic says, I love how you hear me as husband. Oh, what? I have a boyfriend, Mr. Prismatic. Hola, Boricua. Hola. Do you have a pet monkey? I don't. I have 2 pet cats. I did see a girl on TikTok that had a pet monkey. I thought that was cool. Nikias, what reply you gave on my smoker? I missed it. Oh, I think I just like reacted to it. There was one that I saw that was like an Navajo talking about his experience. I don't know. I don't know if the video was from you though. I thought you were referencing that video. Maybe it was from another user. I have to go back and look. You have vampire teeth. Yes, Steven says the test I usually do with people is an easy eye test called the Spiegel test. I can explain it if you want. Explain it. Go ahead. I'm curious. Let's see on TikTok. Hello, welcome. We have Russell Miller says, "Wow, getting." Oh, I don't know what that means. Hello, Russell. Uh, I don't know what that means. Dorian says, "Hi, você é uma vampira." I read that. It's Portuguese. Eu soy vampira. Eu soy vampira. Todd Baker, welcome back again. Welcome back again. We have Hello Enchantress, miss y'all. Miss all of you guys. You guys are awesome. Mimic says vampira. Muhahaha. Eu soy vampira. I don't know. In Portuguese, do we say soy? Let me see. Eu soy vampira. Let's see. We have a beautiful Ross. Thank you. That's very sweet, Edward. Brazil. You in the library? Oh, it's my books actually. These are all my books. Oh, I did go to a store and the lady gifted me these. These were like in Petco. That was really nice of you. ¿Cuál es tu talento? I just talk, hablar. Ya me encanta hablar de lo que me da la gana. Hablamos de todo. From Argentina. Nice. Okay, Steven says, okay, it's very easy. All you do is imagine a spot in the center of your forehead. Focus your eyes upwards and focus on that spot without moving your head. Interesting. And then what? What's your talent? Here we just talk about our reality and spiritual things, and we just have fun. Edward says, yes, I know my place. Oh my God. What? No, we're all equal here. We all just share different perspectives. Damn, you read a lot. I do. Steven says, then as you focus on the spot, slowly and very slowly close your eyelids. As you focus on the spot, repeat this 3 runs, and then you're done. Oh, and then if you're hypnotized, it worked. Let me see on TikTok. Hello, TikTok. Hello, Rob I. Let's see on YouTube. You're beautiful. Thanks. Oh my God. Your teeth, hermosos ojos. Thanks. I don't know who that is, Mr. Edward. Ew, like just like women, like actually cannibalism? No, cannibalism is not good. Seems as high. If your eyes blink or flutter, then you're more likely to be hypnotized. That's a cool test. ¿De dónde eres? Florida. I'm in Florida. Puerto Rico originally. This girl's actually super fucking pretty. That's so nice of you. You can try to see if it only takes 30 seconds or so. That's really cool. Honestly, Steven. I don't think I'm gonna try it now because I'm kind of spooked with getting hypnotized while I'm doing a live. Let's see. I love your hair. Thank you. You guys are so sweet to me. I really enjoyed doing this live. I'm gonna try. Honestly, I'm gonna say thank you. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. If you like this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe. I live often. I made a Discord for you guys so you guys can chat when I'm not live. But there you go. That's really nice. And I will see you guys next time. Let me go ahead and end TikTok first. I'm ending TikTok. Complete podcast. Aw, thank you guys. So sweet. I'll see you guys next time, okay? Bye.